Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Evangelical Alliance Ireland. I'm Nick Park, and all this week I've been sharing a series of 5 messages, this is number 5, about who we spend time with. Basically because in these early days of 2026, if this is to be a year that's going to surpass what the experiences we've enjoyed and the blessings we've had in previous years, it's important we lay the right foundations. We can't control everything that happens this year, but we can lay the right foundations by getting into good habits, particularly the habits of who we spend our time with. And on Monday we spoke about spending time with God. On Tuesday I spoke about spending time with our family. On Wednesday I spoke about spending time with real quality friends and how to build a circle of quality friends. And yesterday we were talking about spending time with people in the church, with the whole multitude and mix of people that involves. Well, today I want to sort of wrap this series up by talking about how we need to spend time with people you don't think you need to spend time with. You see, sometimes we have this tendency to be wanting to spend time with the people that we think can benefit us. And you see this dynamic playing out in people's lives quite a lot. I mean, I see it in pastors. You have pastors' conferences, and I've spoken about this actually. I've shared, what I'm about to share with you now, I've shared this in pastors' conferences in many countries of the world, and everyone starts laughing because it's the same in every country. Is you go to these pastors' conferences, all these pastors have been invited along, and they all start talking to one another and introducing one another, and somebody says, well, how big is your church? And if you tell them your church is really big, then guess what? They want to talk to you for the next half hour because they think you're somebody they can learn something from you. Maybe you can create an opening for them. Maybe you'll invite them to maybe they'll invite you to come and speak in the church. You know, it's here's somebody can do something for me. But if somebody just has a little tiny church, they can often, oh well, nice to meet you, and off they go to find somebody who maybe can do a bit more for them. And that's really sad if our relationships are going to be built on that kind of a basis for what we think people can do for us. And so it's always good to be able to build relationships and spend time with people because we want to bless them. And we may look at them and think, well, this person can't do anything for me. But you know what? I want to spend time with them. I just want to bless them. I just want to encourage them. And something entirely surprising might happen because I've sometimes gone and spent time with people on that basis and really had to be rebuked by the Holy Spirit for my arrogance, that I thought I was so great that I didn't need anything that this other person had. And then I've gone thinking I don't need anything that this person has. And then I spend time with them and they come out with something, or they introduce me to something, or they point me towards something that I say, wow, I needed that. I needed to spend time with that person. And I didn't know it, but God knew it, and God led them across my path. Now, I am saying this with a note of caution. That doesn't mean that you spend all your time, for example, with people that are going to keep dragging you down and everything else. So you do have to make sure that you don't allow people to pull you down. But nevertheless, we will find that we will receive unexpected blessings from God, and our lives will be unexpectedly richer when we take the time not just to talk at people, but to listen to what other people have to say, particularly people who we maybe think they don't have anything that we need. I've discovered one of the greatest things to do, the way to do this, is simply to ask this person to talk about their experience of Jesus Christ, about how they came to know Christ. And, I've so often found that somebody who I thought maybe wasn't a particularly interesting person, when they begin talking about their experience with Jesus and what happened in their life and everything else, I'm suddenly amazed by the depth of their faith and what they've been through. And I'm thinking, I don't know if I could have come through that. And I find myself asking them questions, saying, well, how did you manage to do that? How did you manage to overcome that situation? And suddenly what I thought was a place of me going in almost charitably seeking just to bless this person turns into a place where we're blessing one another. And God has an amazing way of doing that. So this is my advice to you as we move now into 2026. Spend time with God. Spend time with family. Spend time with some real good friends. And if you haven't got good friends, it's time to start building those friendships. Spend time with the church, but also spend time with some people who you might feel you don't need to spend time with them because they don't have anything you need. And God might just surprise you and make you a blessing to them as well. So God bless you today, and join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Evangelical Alliance Ireland.